last time we played, you guys were all, you had taken a short rest, I believe, after finding some treasure and fighting a mimic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me pull you back over to the map area here. So you guys were up here, I believe.
Because as part of a complete joke, I decided to stab the first chest, and then we just kind of followed suit.
Yep.
And ended up finding a mimic.
Yeah. There was a mimic. Okay. So,
to be perfectly honest, I was trying to smack the treasure chest just to see if it opened in a cool way, like, you know, Link kicking the Zelda treasure chests.
oh. No. So you guys have taken a short rest, and now you are free to go back into the, or go through the rest of the ice lock here.
Oh, okay. It's been a couple weeks.
Currently, everything is thawed in a thawed state, I believe. So.
All right. I'm trying to remember. So we're in this little room here with the 3 little dashes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're up here.
Okay. So these
are
little
are like
landings.
Little staircases and landings. Yep.
Okay, so there's not. It literally just goes landing, chamber. There's nothing off in like.
Nope.
This,
yeah, they're just small little landings that descending down to where that chamber is.
And this connected to there.
Yep.
And this is.
It goes down to here. Yep. It's a staircase down to there.
So we've been everywhere, but
I don't think we've been here.
Yeah, we've been through that one. Yep.
Because we did this. Yeah. And there are piranha in here. Or piranha-like things.
Piranha.
I'm a piranha. They're from the ice lock.
So we have to swim
from here
to here.
Yeah.
There was also one of the motes of light on a pedestal on that platform so you could conceivably refreeze everything, but you're not.
But this froze over when it was icy, right?
It was the first time. Yep.
Have doorways, once they've thawed, refrozen?
I don't know if we've noticed.
I don't know if you've noticed.
One of the first ones we did, he asked us very specifically if we were standing in the doorway, because when we did refreeze it, then it froze over.
Oh, okay. That would make sense then.
Yeah, I felt like it froze over.
Well, then should we just go for a quick dip to
You
here?
got any more of that? You were carrying something meaty.
The Remora's parts. I don't know. I'm gonna Zero, do I?
Roll a d20.
No. Hang on. I just have to slash. I need 20.
18.
You got a good chunk left.
All right. I'm going to
throw it there.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be back, guys. Oh.
Yep. Here, I'll roll an athletics check for curiosity. I didn't have the character sheets open up anyways yet, so let me do that. Okay, so we'll roll an athletics check for Talos. Boom. Oh ho ho! Okay, it's only gonna make it about half that distance. So it's here. I'll put a little dot.
Take a deep breath and swim like hell.
It's like right there.
Yeah, just now we fast swim and hope.
Yep. All right. Roll me athletics checks, please.
That sounds about right.
That's about right.
I just realized, I'm rolling as her, even though it's showing me. All right. Both of you are going to get attacked by the Quippers, and let me find their stat block again here. That's one thing I forgot to look up here. All right. Okay, 11 against Morian, I believe misses.
Yep.
23 against Darius.
That'll hit.
So he'll take 1 damage. And 14 against Talos will miss. And then everyone make one more athletics check. Whoa.
15.
15.
What is with this us rolling the exact same?
We are in
I just realized
sync.
the first one was 8 and 18, and mine was 8 and 18. And the second one, I had 15-4, and you had 15-3. It's almost been identical.
You guys dove into the water as soon as Talos threw the meat and kind of started swimming away. You got attacked by the Quippers, and then all of a sudden Talos just zooms past you. And you climb up out of the water at the foot of this chamber. And you can see a hallway stretching off a little ways, and then turning into a staircase going down.
Well, I guess we follow this hallway.
Nowhere else to go.
Okay. Do we want to wait for her to get back before I reveal anything else?
No.
That part's easy enough.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
We don't know how long it'll be, so...
Okay. You come to the bottom of the stairs, and it opens up into a very large chamber. There's a little platform kind of at the bottom of the stairs sticking out into the chamber a little bit, similar like the balconies and stuff you've been on. And then this chamber is just full of water. Here, let me... Once again, this will not be to scale, but let me draw it onto here, just so you can see the orientation. So you went down some stairs, so it's obviously longer separated. It's probably similar in size to the bigger chamber. I'm just putting it here so you can see the orientation.
Is there... Can I try to see anything in the water?
Well, give me a second here. So there's another door on the far side, south side of the chamber. So, and I don't have it placed right, so you guys are right up here, the top corner. The room is also, it's full of steam.
Oh, did we successfully make the swim?
Yes, I rolled some athletics checks for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, look at my Hey, speaking of athletics.
Hey!
So this chamber is filled with water, just similar to the previous one, and steam. So it's hard to see anything, but go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
18.
Okay, Darius. Talos, the being all wet and uncomfortable, and same with Morian and the steam, it's hard for you to see anything. Darius, you're able to kind of see through the thick steam. The water is just filled with skeletal remains of hundreds, if not thousands, of creatures of different sizes. You got an 18, so you can definitely see dead dinosaur remains, what looks like even a dead dragon, insectoid, chitin and stuff, probably from remorazes and similar things. Maybe even some humanoid. It's just, yeah.
Is it bubbling? Does it
Yes,
look like it's
the water
boiling?
is absolutely bubbling. This chamber got warm as soon as you entered.
We're not in the water, are we?
You were not in the water.
I would not step foot in there. It is, very hot. Is there, like, a moat? One of those moats around this anywhere?
Roll another perception check. With advantage.
Not that time. Oh, advantage? 12.
Oh. Yeah, you see one. It was hard to notice in the mist. It's kind of like floating in the corner on the platform.
I will touch it.
Okay. Touch the moat. All of you are locked in place. You see time shift around you. The steam starts to fade. The water drains away somewhat, and you notice that there is a staircase from the platform you're on that kind of leads down into it a little bit. And as the water descends, like these bones kind of stick out of it, think the way they design them at like the tar pits to show like the dinosaurs in them, like they're all just kind of sticking out of them, like out of it like that. And then it just freezes over, and then frost coats everything, and a flurry of snow blows in through the entrance behind you and kind of coats everything, and then it stops and you're unlocked. It's now cold, breath mists in front of your face, and there's essentially this boneyard of like an elephant graveyard of different skeletons, some with icicles hanging off of some of them.
How about the door behind us?
The door behind you has frozen solid.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the moat has now disappeared?
It has disappeared.
Got it.
And you can see, passing through this long chamber, a staircase leading up to a doorway on that far bottom side. But there's too much shadow and whatnot to see where it leads to. But you can now, I guess you might not have been able to see it there when the steam was there, but now you can clearly see there is another passageway on the far end.
Well, that's one problem solved. And, like gesturing to the door. And another one that is new. But, forward, shall we?
Doesn't appear that there's really any other options, is there?
I don't want to deal with the dragon that's guarding outside if we just give up, so let's keep going.
Okay.
All right.
You start walking through. This room is different. Something feels different about it. You could kind of hear the echoing of your footsteps in like all of the other chambers and stuff, and when you talked, it would echo around. Now it seems like it's just like the darkness is just snatching your words away. So there's like no echo. It's very, very quiet, apart from just the slight like crunch of snow and footsteps that the sound disappears much faster than it should.
We're in the anechoic chamber. Very awesome.
And as you reach the center of the room, you hear a rumbling.
Can I try to feel this, like, where the source might be? Like,
sure.
Around?
Yeah, perception, I guess.
19.
You cannot determine a source because everything is rumbling.
Got it. Awesome.
And as you're trying to figure out what to do next, in a flurry of snow and ice, and you detect hints of arcane magic, you get caught up in this blizzard almost. Your vision is temporarily obscured, and you see pieces of bone flying around, and ice and snow, and it's buffeting you from all the sides. You're trying to cover yourselves. And then you find yourselves with a being in front of you. An amalgamation of bone and ice breathing, or some sort of fake mimicry of breathing heavily in front of you. Roll initiative.
I don't like it.
Fun fact, I created this creature myself because you destroyed all the Remoraz eggs, so I couldn't make you fight a full-grown Remoraz. So it is weaker. I did make it a little bit weaker than a full-grown Remoraz to reward you for having destroyed that thing. But I was like, you had no struggle fight, so I couldn't let you just unlock the lock that easily, so I had to come up with something. Go ahead and drop your figures on somewhere around this area. And let me keep track of our initiative order here. This one gets...
I haven't taken the eye patch off Morian yet. Whoops.
Oh, I can't see that. I have to zoom way in to see it anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I need to be consistent.
So, wow. Alright, so we're gonna go... It's gonna go Darius, Talos, Morian, and then the Ice Amalgam.
I roll the initiative of my life, and Panda still goes before me.
I have a +5. What can I say?
This creature is in front of you, and as you kind of like all start amping up to fight, it roars, and all of a sudden the silence of the chamber goes away, and this roar just echoes around you.
Cool.
All right. What are you going to do, Darius?
Bonus action, I'm going to transform.
Okay.
So I have to make sure I get all of my stuff on my sheet changed over to that. Okay. So that's the +1 AC and that type of thing. I might go down, guys. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to make... I believe I have 2 attacks per action now, so I'm going to make 2 claw attacks.
Okay.
21 to hit.
That will hit.
That's 9 slashing damage.
Is that magical slashing damage?
Probably not.
Okay, then.
And the second one is a 26 to hit.
That will also hit.
10 slashing damage.
All right. Okay. You slash at it, and you just feel this cold radiate off of it. And as you hit it, your frost and ice coats your fingers a little bit. And you take 7 cold damage.
Okay. I'm assuming that's not melee. From it. I'm assuming that's just its like...
That's its cold
passive.
aura. Yeah, it radiates cold. Yep.
Got it.
All right. Talos.
Oh, shoot. What did my spiffy shield do again? It was... I know it was that icy one. I thought I wrote it down.
I thought I put it in your character sheet.
Maybe. Oh, you know what you did? And I got
it should be in like the bio section somewhere.
The place I never look.
I honestly don't remember offhand what it did. There we go. +1 to AC. When you are an ally within 10 feet of you would take cold damage. You can use a reaction to reduce the cold damage.
Yeah, okay.
By 3d6.
Plus your dex modifier.
Plus dex modifier.
Okay. Alright. Well...
he's not close enough for you to use that now, but that might come in handy a little bit later.
Alright, well, I'm gonna come up to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can go 35, so I'm over here.
Okay.
And I will hit it with my spear, which it does technically count as magical piercing damage.
It does count as magical, yes it does.
So, yay me.
You're level 5, actually. Did it get its first upgrade now that you're level 5? Give me a second.
I don't know.
Let me check that because I want to make sure we have this. Any bonuses you're gonna have against this thing?
At level 5, it becomes a +1 magical weapon and gains reach.
So it's a +1 and it has reach. You don't necessarily have to be right next to it if you don't want to.
Oh, well then, did I see some sort of burst of cold effect, Darius?
Roll a perception check.
Because, yeah, if I can, I'll let that determine it. Probably not.
No, I don't think you noticed. So
well,
you're
then
probably...
I'm gonna go up right next to him because
Okay.
not having that knowledge is what I would do.
Yeah. It is a +1 magical weapon, though, so you can add 1 onto the little magical section on the spear.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
But
Magic
the
bonus.
24 would have hit, but it will have 1 extra damage then, so it'll be 15 damage.
Okay. And then another attack. This is with the +1 added in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 28 hits. Man, you guys are rolling hot tonight for your rolls to hit at least. So that's another 14. So 29 altogether.
And then action surge.
Oh my
Might as
gosh.
well just 22.
22 will hit.
17.
17 will hit.
All right.
It's very large. It's pretty easy to hit. So that's another 22 damage. Gosh dang.
Cool.
All right. Okay. That was a good chunk of damage there. You now take 7 cold damage. As frost begins to coat you.
I don't
Morian.
like that.
It's your turn.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, can I use my reaction
Sure.
to do the shield thing?
Oh yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use
I believe you roll 3d6.
Yeah. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna use it in a more opportune time in case. I'm gonna wait.
It does
I'm
grant it
closer
to
to-
everyone within 10 feet of you when you do it.
Oh, but Darius isn't within 10 feet of me.
No.
So-
And if you do use it, you have to roll a d6, and on a 1 to 4, you can't use it again.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's try it.
All right.
It's
You
3.
just have to do it. And it's just 3d6, I think. Use reaction to
Oh,
reduce
wait.
cold damage. You and
You know
all
what?
others in 10 feet of you would take by 3d6.
I am gonna wait. I am gonna wait because I don't know what kind of cold damage attacks this thing's gonna do, and I might need it for that.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay of game.
You're fine.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Morian.
I'm going to look around at all the bones around me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to summon undead,
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy.
and I'm going to get me a little skeleton guy out on the field.
Oh my
so
god.
cute.
That is the most adorable skeleton that I've ever drawn. I'm glad you're using him.
And I'm going to go here,
Okay.
and I believe that will be my turn, because I don't have a bonus action, like,
Okay.
at all, unless I wanted to get up next to him with my fire damage, but I don't really want to do that. That sounds like a bad idea.
Okay.
So, skeleton is going to go 5, 10, 15 there,
Okay.
and attack with Grave Bolt.
It just gets a spell attack?
It has a ranged spell attack.
So it's a skeletal mage? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah!
All right.
Dang.
Yeah! It's perfect for this.
All right. So 11, unfortunately, will miss.
Damn it, skeleton, you had one job. Literally one job. Hit it from a distance.
Okay. It is now its turn.
Well, I
Let's
didn't do
see
anything,
here.
so hopefully it avoids me.
It's going to make its multi-attack. It gets to make an attack for each arm. So it's going to make 6 attacks.
What?
The chance to hit isn't huge because it gets so many. So. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna roll up a new character.
All right, so it's gonna make
already,
the
I'm gonna be gone. So
first attack against Darius. It's a 16.
doesn't hit.
Okay. Next attack against Talos. 11.
That will not hit.
Darius.
Nope.
Nope. Talos.
No.
Nope. Darius.
Mm-mm.
Talos. It missed
No.
with all 6 of
my
its attacks.
Oh, thank goodness.
However, both of you are within the aura, so you each take another 7 cold damage on its turn. And, so a flurry of big, giant, clawed skeletal arms, but it's so slow that you're able to just move out of the way and dodge because it's huge, and it's like very easy for you to foresee what's happening. So, all right, back to Darius.
If you're wondering,
was-
Zero, concentration.
Oh, cool.
Helping me help you.
I might have to give this thing an extra attack.
Well, trust me, it's gonna get easier for you here in a second. I'm gonna load 3 vials.
Holy.
I
Oh my
can't.
gosh.
Have you even taken the exhaustion from the first ones you've done?
No, it hasn't been 8 hours yet.
And then I'm
And he
going
did 2.
to. I'm gonna back. I have to. I'm gonna back up.
Okay. It's going to swing at you. 12 will miss.
I have 5 health, by the way, guys.
Well,
What?
didn't you heal when you took a short rest?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you not heal when you took a short rest?
I did. I started
you-
today at 20.
Oh, because cold damage. Oops. Some of you guys have healing potions, right?
I don't.
Okay.
That's my
I didn't
turn.
realize
That's all I
you
got.
guys were so low.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so then Talos.
Shoot. I'm gonna take a step back. Because that
Okay.
hurt a lot. And
15.
he gets 2 reactions.
Yeah, he has 6 arms.
No, I guess that makes sense. Okay, fine.
Oh no.
Gets as many reactions as I want him to freaking have. This is the boss
That's true. And I'm gonna use the reach on my spear to attack him.
Tell it
Alright.
like it is. I don't like
you,
it.
You have done 61 damage to it already, and it hasn't hit you once. So
It hit me twice with its
with its aura.
cold
that's-
aura.
All right, that's 8. That'll hit. The 12 will miss. So it'll take 8 more damage.
Okay. Let me think. I want to get... So I've taken a step back and hit it, and I'm gonna go stand next to Darius.
Okay.
And I don't suppose... I mean, I know I've taken my action, but, like, as a possible bonus action, can I, like, motion to him that I've got, like, a healing potion?
You can like open up your pack and like show that there's healing potions in there to him as a bonus action.
Yep, that's
I'll
what
allow that. I didn't realize how low he was, so yeah. I will allow that.
Okay.
All right. Morian.
Alright. Time to come in clutch. Do I have 50? I have 30 movement speed. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay.
Action, hand Darius a greater healing potion.
Alright.
No, I did this the wrong way. That's okay. I'm gonna still do it. So that's gone from my thing. 30. I don't even need to do that.
Okay.
You know what?
And what are you
30.
doing?
30. I'll move behind him.
Okay.
I forget that the fire happens when I land, not when I leave. And that always throws me off, because I feel like it should be both, but I understand why it's not.
Okay.
So, just double checking that I'm right on that. After I use the phase step, each creature within 5 feet of me takes fire damage.
Yep. It's a very aggressive form of it, as opposed to defensive. Which makes sense for the summer.
Yeah. Alright. Save that for my next turn. And then...
Skeleton!
Great Bolt! 10! He does
will
nothing!
miss. It's just shooting these little bolts of energy, and they're just like bouncing off of the ice or just missing entirely.
Yeah.
Pew,
That's what he does.
Alright.
That's less
it is
cool than I
now-
thought it would be, but okay.
It is now its turn. Yeah, okay. you
Oh
can do
no,
that.
we're lined up.
It is going to burrow under the ice and the snow and pop up right behind.
Oh.
No!
Actually, it's gonna move to there. And it is going to multi-attack at Morian and the skeleton. So, skeleton first. That'll miss, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Morian, 19, Morian. That is 5 slashing damage.
Alright.
And then skeleton, a 17.
That'll hit.
5 slashing to the skeleton.
Alright, I don't have anything to write down his health. Here I do.
And then a 20 against Morian.
That'll hit.
So that's another 5. And a 22 against the skeleton. That's another 5. And a 21 against Morian. That's another 5. So skeleton takes 10, Morian takes 15.
Jeez.
And then you both take 7 cold.
Alright, well, there goes my 3rd level spell in the next hit. I might need that potion back.
Alright, and it's now Darius' turn.
No, I'm fine.
I'm taking my action to chug that.
Greater healing potion. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
44 plus 4. Oh wait, you're using your whole action, so you get maximum. Because we're doing it that way.
Plus
So 20.
I'm
20 hit points, yep.
only 5 under my max now.
Yay!
Until I do this, I'm bonus action putting up my right.
Okay.
3 damage. Okay.
So now your claws are, what, lightning?
Yeah, one of my claws.
Can't you do it as both? Can't you do both?
It's one weapon at a time, I'm pretty sure.
But I think when you're in that form, both your claws count as one weapon, it said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's different with your other weapons. Let me look it up, because I was reading it the other day, because I'm not super familiar with it. Let's jump in here. Okay, Crimson Right. Oh wait, no, we need to go to Lycan, because it's specifically your werewolf form.
Maybe it says it in like my.
You can apply your Crimson Right feature to your unarmed strikes, which you treat as one weapon.
Oh, okay. Well,
You can use dexterity instead of strength, which deals 1d6 bludgeoning or slashing damage, your choice.
Well, that's helpful. So.
Additionally, when you use the attack action to make an unarmed strike, you can make an additional one as a bonus action.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So
So
yeah.
yeah, you get both of them when you're in the the hybrid form.
All right, I'm lightninged up then.
Okay.
I'm staying right here though because I don't want to get any cold damage.
Yeah, makes
That's my
sense.
turn.
Okay, Talos.
I will just keep relentlessly attacking with my spear.
You're
For
the one doing the
16.
most consistent damage so far. Okay, 16 will hit.
And then another one. Hey!
Okay, so 17 plus 9, so 26 damage altogether.
And then I'm gonna second wind as a bonus action, which
Okay.
is, I think, D10 plus my fighter level.
Yes.
Okay. I should just make this a, Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, that's really nice, yeah. Got almost as many hit points off of that as he did from his greater healing potion.
I'm at full health.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright. And now it is Morian's turn.
Okay.
I wonder if you... So this is a bone thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you smacked it with your book, if it would take extra damage from bludgeoning.
That'd be really funny, actually. It's probably too cold to take fire damage. Alright, that's okay, we're gonna try. So little damage. But it's more than I've done all turns, so... 30 feet, so 5... 10, 15, 20. You know what? We're just gonna bamf over here.
I will let you know if you did Bamf over here, you would provide flanking.
Yes, but I will not be adjacent to it. As I am going to bamf over here, do 4 fire damage.
Okay.
Action to disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. Your little bit of fire melts some of the ice on it. But not much, just a little bit. And that was your turn then?
Yep. And at disadvantage, it's going to the skeleton's going to grave bolt.
Okay. 13 will miss.
Dang it.
Yeah, your skeleton, man. He's doing great.
Yeah,
He's
I love
tanking.
that 3rd level
It is
spell.
going. Yeah, it is going to
hopefully
provide
useful.
help for you this turn because even though it's not doing anything to it, it's not happy with the skeleton. Ooh, but actually, Talos has been doing the most damage to it.
Well, in fairness,
So-
does it have its aura of stuff because it's still right next to it?
Yeah, but that'll only happen on the end of its turn, or if you make a melee attack.
Okay, cool. Then it's still standing. Yay!
Yeah. If you make a melee attack, or if it's next to you at the end of its turn, it deals the damage. It's gonna move here and attack Talos. Talos, it's gonna bite you.
Okay.
Hey, it moved away. Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Hey!
20 will hit. Cool. This little necrotic bolt hits it and does not seem to do much to it.
Oh, no.
Damn it! It's necrotic resistant.
All right, Talos.
That
That's an
will not hit.
11. All right. That's its turn.
What?
Its
That probably
bite.
would've done a lot of damage.
Its bite requires its full action.
That's
It
terrifying.
will deal 7 cold damage to Talos and Darius,
Alright, fine.
and then it will be Darius' turn again.
Let me look at something real quick. I actually had this in mind. I just forgot to look at it. Able to vision by Okay, this will potentially help us. I'm going to. It's right up in here. I'm going to inject it with 3 vials.
Okay.
Which it is technically a magic item.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps. And it's with my blood, so it should theoretically take poison damage.
Make a nature or arcana check.
Ooh. Which one am I better in? I'm equal in both for an arcana. Never mind, it's 5.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
It might be, but I'm gonna inject it. It's a roll to hit first.
Yes.
Okay.
If they're grappled, you can do it for free. Otherwise, yeah, you have to just.
Is it?
I'll count you as proficient with it, so it's just going to be. It's not finesse though, so it's going to be strength plus proficiency essentially.
Okay, so roll d20 plus 3. No, that doesn't.
It glances off of the solid ice.
Got it. And then bonus action. I'm going to.
Ooh, real fast, Talos, you could have used your shield's ability when you both took damage that last turn if you wanted to.
Oh, you know what? Sure, might as well. It's
Since it protects 2 of you at once, it might be a good time to do it.
yeah.
So go ahead and roll 3d6.
That's a bad idea.
3d6 plus my dex mom, which is 2. Okay, wow, that was a good roll.
Okay, so get those 7 hit points back. Your shield absorbed all of that cold damage. But then roll 1d6 to see if it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Doing it.
Shield is still charged. You get at least one more time of doing that. That's going to help out.
Let's go into bonus action blood curse, but I'm assuming this thing doesn't look to have any blood.
It has no blood.
Yeah. So. That's just my turn.
Okay. Talos.
Oh shoot! So if I attack it, even if I'm backed up, Darius would still get smacked with the cold aura, wouldn't he?
Nope. It's when you attack it, you get if you're in melee range, you get hit by it.
Okay, well then.
Otherwise, it's at the end of its turn. Yeah.
I'm backing up.
All right. It is going to take a swing at you. 23.
Okay, fine, that hits.
So that's 5 slashing.
And then I'm gonna go boom.
That'll hit.
And kaboom.
And that'll hit.
And I'm gonna do a daunting roar. So it needs to succeed a DC 14.
It is immune to fear.
Well, I'd say it was wasted, but it's not like I could use it
But
anyway.
very good morale boost to everyone around you because you just roar defiantly at it.
Oh, cool. Does that get us anything?
If a fear effect hits any of them, they get advantage on it. It doesn't have a fear effect, but
all right.
But just to show that there is a mechanical bonus if it were to come up. It won't, but if it did.
Okay. I accept these terms.
That's fun. Yeah. Guys, it's a good thing you have a fighter with a magical weapon on your team. Because Talos is the only one dealing damage to it, really, right now.
We'll see.
It is now Morian's turn.
Casting this at level 3. Shatter.
Shatter. Okay. Has to make a dex saving throw, I believe.
Yes. Is it considered made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal? Like ice?
Ice is a crystal.
So it has disadvantage on the saving throw.
Okay. Alright.
God, I rolled poor.
That's going to be a fail, so I don't even need to roll the second one. Because crit fail doesn't do anything additional. So yeah. So it takes, what, 12 thunder damage?
Yep, 4d8, so...
And then the
12
2
plus
from
2.
the upcast.
Yep,
Oh,
so
okay,
14.
so 14. 14, yeah, okay. 14 thunder damage.
Thunder damage! Ah!
Any non-magical objects that aren't being worn or carried also take damage. So I don't know if I crack its ice or anything.
Not its ice, but you crack some of the ice underneath.
Okay.
Doesn't really, just for fun sake, it doesn't really affect anything, but you definitely notice cracks, so just to show the power of the sonic burst that hit it. Alright. And then I guess your skeleton's probably going to do something?
I mean, if it's immune, he'll attack.
25 hits.
13 necrotic.
Well, it deals half damage.
Oh, hey.
It is resistant. But that triggers its legendary reaction.
I don't like that.
Everyone within 15 feet of it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at those. 27.
13.
And
I
what's
wish I
your
had-
skeleton?
I wish I had inspiration right now.
Will it make a difference for my... he doesn't have a saving throw.
So, well, it's whatever his dex is. Dex bonus. Alright, skeleton succeeds.
Skeleton.
So, that last little bit of damage saps enough of its energy, it rears in on itself, and it explodes in ice and bone shards and necrotic energy. And Darius nimbly, like Matrix, dodges through all of it. The skeleton stands perfectly still, and all the pieces just happen to go through its rib cage and like miss any of it. But Talos and Morian, you both take 5 necrotic damage, 5 piercing damage, and 5 cold damage. So 15 damage altogether.
15 total?
15 total. It's just different types of damage in case you have resistances to them.
Okay. Ow.
And it's gone.
Everybody's still up.
Morian is bleeding from everything everywhere. I mean, if you ask, on a scale of 1 to 37, I'm at about a 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bonus action cast, what is it? False Life?
You're not out of combat yet. You don't get to take actions out of turn.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of. I am out, spell slot.
All right.
All I have
So,
is Elder Blast.
I'm using the ice method stat block, but it's not actually an elemental. It's just animated ice. So there's ice, animated ice, and icy skeletons now that have risen up from the remains of this creature.
Oh, great.
Their action, they're going to act in the same turn that it would after all of you, is to essentially form up. So we will now go back to the top of the order. So it's Darius' turn again.
I'm going to go 5, 10, and I'm going to make a lightning claw attack. There's a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
That does 8 slashing and 2 lightning.
So 10 damage altogether. To which one are you attacking?
That
Skeletons. Alright. Okay. Yeah, you definitely hurt it, but it's still standing.
Attack 2. It's an 18.
Oh yeah. It shatters.
Cool. And then I'm going to move on over.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack this one. 24 to hit, and that's 15.
Yeah, it shatters. Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, Talos.
I'm going to lunging attack this one.
Okay.
So that's my superiority die added to that. That's just to the damage.
Yep.
11.
11 just barely hits.
Oh, so that's 16 plus
16
so
plus the 6.
6. That's 22.
It explodes into shards of ice.
And when you make 2 attacks, can you attack something else?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm gonna lunging attack that one too.
Oh my gosh, because it gives you the 10-foot reach. Oh, you'd have to move 1 space, but yeah.
Well, it just gives me 5-foot reach, and my spear has reach.
Yeah, but that's 15 feet away.
Okay, well then I'll do that.
There you go. I think. Oh wait, no. Would that be 10 feet away from where you were? I don't know. It's at a weird. Go move yourself back.
I think I was here.
Yep, you were there.
Yeah. So it only gives you 10 feet.
So I'll go here.
5. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
So,
Okay.
so that's 20.
Yeah. It explodes into ice shards.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Morian.
Okay, let me ask you something, because I usually do this prior to combat, not in combat.
Okay.
My Fiendish Vigor, here goes. Cast False Life on yourself at will as a first level spell slot. Is that considered an action or a bonus action?
That is an action. Because
Okay.
the spell is an action.
So 5, 10,
It just gives you an extra way to use the spells.
15, 20, and then cast False Life.
Okay. My cats are getting into things. I'm gonna give them some food real fast.
And that was a 1. Damn it! I
Yay!
rolled an 8 before. Oh well. I have 5 temporary hit points. Whoa.
Oh boy.
That's 5 more temporary hit points than you had a second ago.
This is true.
Okay. And then is your Skelly gonna do something? Because he's
Yes.
somehow managed to survive.
Speaking of, it is a concentration spell, so what do I roll to see if he stays up?
Okay, yeah. Well, it'd be a Constitution saving throw.
And it's half of the damage that you would have taken, or 10.
And you took 15.
So that's
It's 10 because it's always whichever one's higher. So
okay.
Yeah, so you kept them up.
All right. Well, he's gonna fire at that one, I guess.
Okay. Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
13 necrotic.
Necrotic damage. And these ones do not have a resistance to necrotic.
A red little skeleton actually going to work.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It is now their turn. So we're gonna move them all. So that one's gonna go there. That one's gonna go there. This one's gonna go there, so it can go against either of you. This one's gonna go there. This one's gonna go there. And this one's gonna go there to flank. Okay. So ice attack up here. It's just gonna go with its claws. Not even very strong. That is a 4. It misses entirely.
It rolled in that one.
And then one against Darius here. That's a 22.
Go ahead.
3 slashing damage and 2 cold damage. But you're in hybrid form, so 2 slashing damage and 2 cold damage.
Got it.
And then this one is going to attack Actually, no, it's going to use its frost breath. Morian and Talos and the skeleton that's behind you, dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
This is not
Oh,
well.
come on.
Nope.
And then let me roll for the skeleton. Oh wait, no, it's immune to cold, so it doesn't need to. Okay, so you both take 2 cold damage.
Alright, I had my 3d6 plus 2 at the ready.
Okay, and then skeletons. So this skeleton here is going to swing an ice shard at the your skeleton. So that's also okay. They're all +4s. So let me copy this one so I can input it in more easily. That's a 19 against your skeleton.
That'll hit.
For 5 slashing damage. Oh, they killed him. All right, and then this one is going to swing at Talos. 18.
Will not hit.
Okay, and then the one behind you is going to swing at you. Oh wait, no, it is.
You have advantage, so roll that again.
13 misses.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
one behind.
That will hit.
21. And just in case it's a crit. Okay, so then it's going to hit you for 5 slashing damage. And then it is Darius' turn.
Attacking the one in front of me.
Yeah.
It's a 15 to hit.
Oh, that super hits.
It's 9 damage.
It is wounded.
Great. Attack again, 11. That barely hits, right?
11 hits.
16 damage.
It explodes into ice shards.
Move down 1 and attack the right there.
Okay. 17 hits.
7 hits, and that is 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. Talos.
So this one took 11 damage?
Yes.
It takes 15 more damage.
Yeah, it explodes.
And then I'm gonna attack this one
Okay.
with a lunging attack. Does it matter? I just want to add the damage to it.
Yeah, you don't have to be at the extensive range. It just gives you that option.
So 17.
Yeah, it is. It is exploded.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Morian.
Aiming at this guy over here.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast
15 hits.
for 10.
Okay. You get 2 beams. But
Yep.
the first one, it doesn't destroy him, so.
Second one at him
Yeah, that hits.
for 5.
Oh, yeah. He explodes into ice and bone.
And I think that's all I got.
Okay. It's their turn then.
Really?
This one's going to move there, and it's going to ice breath at all of you. Dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh, come on.
Oof, that was a bad one. 11.
5.
16!
I'm rolling unnaturally low.
Talos, you're the only one that fails. It's a DC 10. So Talos takes 7 damage, and the other 2 of you both take 4.
I take no damage.
Oh, and that's also your allies within 10 feet. So
Yes.
none of you take any damage.
Oh, thank God, I would have been at 1.
Roll a d6.
Okay, I can't use it again.
Okay, so your shield's out of charges,
Oh.
but that was a clutch. That was there. Okay, and then the skeleton is at. It struggled to hit. That is a nat 20.
Is it hitting me?
No, it's hitting Morian.
Oh no.
Die.
Morian, that's 10 slashing damage.
Well, I had 5, so I am out.
So Morian is unconscious.
Oh, I can't it's only if it hits me can I parry it. I can't parry it for you.
You have to have the protector fighting style to do that.
There's also a maneuver that would let me do it, but I didn't take
you
it
still
because I'm
have
an
that
evil
one.
guy.
All right. That was their turns. Darius.
I mean, I got nothing that can help him, so I'm going to attack the guy in front of me. 16 to hit,
That hits.
and that is
It's
13.
It's
Okay.
super dead. Yep.
And then I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to
Okay.
lightning claw again. That's 24, and that is 15 slashing.
Yeah, it explodes into shards.
And I'm
And
going to whip around. Any more? Anything moving?
nothing moving that you can see.
I'm not going to unprepare, but that's my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna Morian make one death saving throw before anyone has a chance to do anything else. That's a success. And okay, so Morian's freezing to death on the ground.
I don't have anything, Talos, so...
You
Alright,
can make medicine
fine.
checks to try and stabilize him.
I'm shoving another healing potion down his throat, just like last time.
Right. Yeah, so I believe it's what normal potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2. Go ahead and roll that. Actually, no, it's maximum because you're taking a full action to do it.
Oh,
So-
okay.
So 10. So Morian, you get 10 hit points, and you're like,
Oh, okay. Wow. Thank
I'm
you.
going to I want to make my way over to the door.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
okay.
I gave my greater healing potion to him.
And I appreciate that, but for now we might not be out of danger yet, so maybe let's just keep going.
You're-
You're right.
Are we still in like turn order, or can I cast?
No,
the...
no. You're
Oh.
out. You can cast Fiendish Vigor.
Another 7 on top of that.
Okay. Before you is the entrance or the exit out of this chamber, and it leads into a dark hallway. And you step through, and after walking down a pretty long hallway, you start to see some light ahead of you, and you walk into a small, round, domed room. The dome is completely made of this magical ice. So it's letting some sort of bluish green light filter through to illuminate the room. And in the center of the room, you see a pedestal with what appears to be another one of the keyholes on it.
Do I still have the
You
sword?
still have the sword, yep.
I'm gonna go and lock it in.
Okay. As you turn it, everything around you kind of like whips up in a flurry of magical energy and time and ice and everything, and your vision goes completely white. And when your vision clears, you are standing on top of the mountain. And the pedestal is there with you, but nothing else from the dungeon is with you. And you all feel this energy seep into you. Your hit points are restored to full.
Oh, thank goodness.
And Darius, as you draw the broken sword out of the keyhole, you notice that it's a little bit longer. Some of its broken length has been returned to it. Its -3 on attack rolls is now reduced to a -2. So I'm pretty sure I gave you the stats for the sword at one time, but you might not have written them down. So I can give those to you later. It's a +3 magical sword that can be used as a dagger because it's broken. But because it was broken, it also had a -3, so it essentially just equalized itself to a 0 bonus magical dagger. Now it's essentially effectively a +1 magical dagger.
Oh.
Because it's gained some of that length back. So, okay. You, everyone roll an insight check.
7.
10.
5.
Talos, you hear a faint whispering in the back of your mind, but then it kind of disappears.
Huh.
You almost don't even really notice it, but you just, for a tingling of something.
Some kind of auditory hallucination.
Sort of, yep. As you all are standing there on this mountaintop, you look around and you realize that, like, you can see further than you should be able to. Something's happening that's like it's almost an out-of-body experience of like being able to see across the whole world from where you're at. You're now able to kind of somewhat recognize the shape of like the landscape and stuff because you've looked at maps before. So you definitely recognize the two continents as being what you are familiar with. You know, differences in terrain and you know, for where forests are and no huge settlements and stuff. But you're able to see these two. You're able to see all the way to the other continent, the mountain range on the other continent, with a huge volcano, which Talos remembers. That's the volcano near your homeland. And as you're all looking upon that, and then you see a large island in between the two continents that has a vast city on it, and you see dragons flying around. So, in this is the time of dragons. In this time period, they're the only sentient creatures, and they have a huge city on this island. And as you're looking over all of this, the volcano on the other continent explodes in a massive eruption, and it spews fire and ash into the air. And you see that, and then a moment later you feel just this impact of the energy hit you. Actually, probably several minutes later. But we're gonna have it be fast because you're in some sort of weird magical vortex. And then this distant stuff starts to kind of move away from you, stretch further and further away and beyond the horizon, and everything kind of settles back into what you would expect to be able to see from the top of this mountain.
Did anyone else just see all that?
It was interesting.
Oh, good. So it wasn't just me.
No, just at least me. I don't know.
Yeah, all of you saw that.
I
He
saw
doesn't
it.
have his eye patch anymore, so he probably saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I held my own in there, kind of.
You did. You
More or
did good,
less,
sunshine.
You'd be dead if it wasn't for me, Darius.
That is true.
It had 200 hit points. You had to reduce it down to 50 to trigger its explosion division ability. I think you did. I think Morian did 20 something of that, and Darius did like 15.
Oh gosh.
No, Darius did like 10
I couldn't do much.
because you only got 2 attacks on it, and then
I was
they were
dying.
Talos did the rest of it.
Oh my god.
So you did like 120, 130 damage to that thing.
Holy crap. Feels good, man.
Yeah.
I need more spell slots. This is what we're figuring out. I just need to get better at casting spells and not using all my power at once.
All of you now, as things are kind of settling, you feel this energy inside of you. Each of you has gained a boon.
Oh.
And I am going to describe them to you now. And so you'll want to be prepared to be able to write these down wherever you want them. Morian, you gain the Tomb of Levistus invocation for free. Does not count towards your other invocations. But it is improved. It provides an AC bonus of 2 when you are within the ice of it. It's a reaction that lets you trap yourself in ice with a bunch of extra hit points to save yourself from taking damage.
Ooh.
So you can take a look at that. Curiosity.
Yes.
You now have the Armor of Agatha spell. You can cast it at base level a number of times per day equal to your proficiency modifier. And you may spend hit dice to cast it at a higher level. So if you want to cast it at level 3, you can spend a hit dice to cast it at level 3, because I believe it's a level 2 spell. Etc. Etc.
Agathus.
Agathys.
Agathus.
Agathis. Agathis, some people pronounce it, I don't know. Panda, Darius. When you transform into your hybrid form, you can choose to take on the form of an Arctic wolf, which will give you immunity to cold damage, in addition to everything else. And when you deal... when you deal cold damage while in that form, if you deal cold damage while in that form, you deal additional cold damage equal to your proficiency modifier. So if you choose cold as like your next magical effect thing, you essentially get to do extra damage with it.
Got it.
So, all ice-themed things, I thought it was pretty appropriate.
Yeah. When do I get next?
Nice.
Next level?
So, yeah, I thought that Armor of Agathis, it's defensive, but if you chose to pump some hit dice into that and make it a higher level, it could deal some damage. Because it deals the cold damage to them when they hit you, so.
That's true.
So even if their hit takes away all of the hit points, the temporary hit points, it does that damage out.
I spend all my hit dice.
I will say it's going to be limited to whatever the highest level spell slot is available at 5th level, so you'd only be able to upcast it to level 3 at the moment.
What? I can't cast a 9th level.
Not currently. Well, I mean, you wouldn't have enough hit dice right now anyways, but
Well, I know.
even when you do have enough hit dice, unless another character would have access to a 9th level spell, you can't upcast it that much. So.
Fine. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to use these little windows in the character panel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To fill in all of this extra nonsense I'm giving you guys.
Uh-huh.
I mean, let's be real. You guys wrecked that thing. It did do a fair amount of damage, but it got 6 attacks and hardly hit you guys with them.
Yeah, and once I figured to take a step back,
Mm-hmm.
and
That
the reach was clutch.
the reach is super helpful for you, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I create? Because just the reach alone is already giving you a huge advantage. So, because with your lunging attack, you have 10 feet of reach with that spear.
Yeah, but I have to spend superiority dice.
Yes, but still, that gives you a lot of options.
Mm.
So,
How far away is it? Oh, it's 45 feet? Okay.
If that thing would have bit you, it would have dealt 30 piercing damage and 10 cold damage, and you would have been grappled and restrained.
I'm sorry, what? Wow.
Would have hit with that bite.
That would do.
It was not. It couldn't swallow you the way a Remoraz could, because it doesn't have a stomach anymore. But it would restrain you in its bite.
Could you imagine if it would have tried to swallow me and I just like boop, right out the bottom?
Fall out of it, yeah. So here we go. All right, let me pull you guys back to the default page here. So you guys are standing upon the mountaintop.
Well, I suppose
And
either go to the volcano or back through the portal, maybe?
That depends on whether we can go back through the portal.
as you are discussing this, you notice that a portal has opened right near you.
Oh. Like that portal.
Like that one, for instance.
Well,
If
this
we
is a
want to, of course.
This is a different portal. We could try it.
Is the dragon around?
You do not see the dragon.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming we can either go do the fire lock, or perhaps, seeing as reasoning there's a giant city of what looks to be dragons, maybe the dragon lock as well. Or we can go try to check out another time period and see what's going on over there.
The watch only showed, the map only showed one other beacon point, right?
When you last looked at it, yes.
Well, let's take it out and have another look now that we know what's on the map. Or on the, the world. Still
there
only
are-
2 points.
There are no beacons illuminated on it now.
Oh. Well, might as well go through the portal.
That does change things.
Yes, it does. I would like a rest, and I would like to... Ooh, before we do this, I'm gonna open up the satchel, because I think it's been
Okay.
enough time.
Sure.
Library, could I have a healing potion to give back to Talos?
Okay. Let me pull up my chart here. Where are you?
Because this is the one thing that it has granted me, and so I do have a little familiarity with it.
Okay, plus 10, because the item has been retrieved before. Minus 30, because you are not the caretaker. Plus 5, because you have a specific item in mind. Plus 10, if another item was interred in the last 24 hours.
We put
So-
the Morning Star in.
Yeah, you are at minus 5. Roll a D100. Minus 5, so 72. A potion of superior healing presents itself to you.
There you go, Talos. I feel like that's a fair trade.
Wow, that's a good library.
The library giveth, and I thanketh.
I open up the bag. Thanks, library.
Thank you, library.
I'm going to tell you right now that you guys are not getting the plus 5 bonus of being liked by the vault because you keep calling it a library.
Oh no! I thought you called it the library.
It's
Oh
the
no,
vault.
she was in a library. Oh. Thanks, Vault.
Thank you, Vault. I'm sorry.
All right.
I will respect the Vault.
You better, because even if you don't ever use it for anything else, you essentially have a free healing potion per day.
She's
So
doing me wonders.
yeah, even just a basic one.
So
is-
I get the feeling that I'm not even going to be the one drinking this potion of superior healing down the road.
Likely not.
Oh,
Between you, who
Like-
has an ability to heal yourself, the squishy wizard and the one who literally does damage to himself. I wonder which of them is not going to use potions.
Speaking of, what's gonna happen to you when all of this wears off?
Well, he didn't take all three of those.
I didn't take
things.
those 3. They're still loaded.
So he's only got 2 in his system.
Okay.
I tried to inject it and it bounced off, so they're just kind of in there still.
I will say, had you succeeded,
It probably
had,
wouldn't have done anything.
had
right?
immunity to poison. It's undead,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't have done anything. So it's actually better that you missed, because then you didn't waste the vials. So, yep.
Huh.
So
All
that
right.
was the undead ice boneyard amalgam monster that I created. That
That was a fun
probably,
fight.
probably. I mean, I feel like, man, like it's like it hardly did anything. But then at the same time, I'm like, if you didn't have all of this magic stuff that I'd given you guys, it would have
been hard.
completely obliterated you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like without my spear, like I would have done nothing to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing is, and I can put in, if our viewers are interested, I can give these stats to Chuck to put up on our Patreon. I should.
Please do,
since
because I'm
since it's a unique
behind
creature.
on things on Patreon.
So I'll type them up for you, and we'll get those to you. And it is vulnerable to radiant,
Oh.
but you guys are evil, so you don't really use radiant.
Yeah, no, not a thing.
But if someone were to use it in a more traditional campaign, a paladin can conceivably do some pretty good damage against it, because it also counts as undead.
Could you imagine Radir just like smiting the crap out of this thing?
I mean, he would do extra smite damage because it's undead. Yeah, I mean, Radir could probably, at his current level, there's a solid chance he could take this thing on one-on-one. But it's probably like challenge rating 9.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit weaker than a Remoraz. So, apart from its explosive thing at the end where it turns into skeletons and ice methods, but those
That
weren't
was
really
cool.
as
I
much.
liked that.
Yeah, those weren't really as
I like
much of a threat. It was just a fun way to flavor it up. So I knew
Not
it,
a threat. I got
that's true.
knocked
That's
unconscious.
true. It did down you. So
I mean-
because they were able to throw a bunch of small attacks at you and stuff.
I really liked that. That shield was so clutch too.
That helped you out a lot. Yeah, I realized that I was like, oh man, that shield can absorb cold damage. And so I was like, but you probably won't use it every single time, so it'll still be okay.
But the times that I did get to use it, oh,
It helped a lot in those 2 instances. So, all right. So what are you guys gonna do?
I guess we're going through the portal.
Back to the vault. Back to the
Okay.
portal.
You step through the portal and you find yourselves back in the ritual chamber in the castle.
Oh, good. We can step through this one.
Oh,
Jeez.
thank goodness.
Well, we did break a lock open or unlock it. I don't know what's the proper. Point is, we did get one.
Awesome.
Okay.
Is it just the same as it was the last time?
Yeah, ritual chamber looks the same.
Let's say we rest a little bit and then continue on.
Yeah, I'd like to find a safe place to figure out what these scrolls are that I got and spend some time writing them into my book.
I wonder if the feast room is still giving out food.
Ooh. Wonder what that looks like now.
Take a gander, or
Do you guys want to go check it out?
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little hungry.
So you track your ways through the corridors back to where you first entered into this part of the castle, and as you do, you hear a bunch of like yelling and crashing and general violence, and you go out and you see that the big fight that started when you chased the vampire off is still ongoing. It's been about an hour here in the castle that has passed, because when you go into the vault is on a separate is in its own demi-plane, so the time scales differently. So you've only spent like an hour in this flow of time.
Oh, this is gonna like be the most freaking confusing campaign.
Think of how much I have to keep track of.
They've been fighting. Well, I don't know that time hasn't passed, so I'm just gonna be like, they've been fighting this whole time.
There are definitely several dead bodies slumped around, because definitely multiple people have been killed during this like an hour-long epic brawl.
Are any of them close? Are any of them close to the door? Like the little sizzly doorways?
Sure, yeah.
Well, I pick up a dead guy and throw him at the sizzly doorway.
No, it was explicitly it was a human, because Talos would have made sure it was a human.
Yeah.
It was a human. Probably just like a petty thief that got thrown through the portal as punishment.
Morian looks. Is there one guy within 60 feet of me?
Oh, there are plenty of people within 60 feet.
I'm gonna
of you.
stand on the other side of the doorway and look, or the sizzly doorway, and just let out a vicious mockery at one of them within 60 feet of me.
All right.
You can do vicious mockery?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the guys just suddenly like, and it like distracts him for a second, and he gets like totally shanked by somebody else.
I'm gonna look at the guy who shanked him and do vicious mockery.
I'm not even gonna make him make wisdom saves. They're essentially just peasant class. Yeah, he kind of same thing happens, and he gets like knocked out by somebody else.
Oh,
Jeez.
I may have found my entertainment for the night.
Is the food still there?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of food on the tables. I mean, lots of it's been spilled all over the place and whatnot, but their tables are huge, and they're. I mean, you can definitely throw together a meal from all the stuff that's.
All right, good. That's what I'm doing.
I have no spell slots.
Have you guys seen Support Your Local Sheriff?
No.
There's a scene where he's people keep getting in fights in the beginning of the movie, and there's a scene where he's sitting down to eat, and then a fight's about to start, and he goes and the guy goes to like flip the table that he's sitting at, and he goes, hold it, and he picks up his plate and his bowl, and he grabs a roll, and he steps away from the table. All right, go ahead. And the guy flips the table, and he stands there eating while everyone fights around him. That's what Talos is doing.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm guessing Talos is big and scary enough that no one really wants to bother him.
It's great because at like one point, like he's sitting there leaning, watching the fight, and one person goes up to like hit him, and he just goes, and the guy stops and finds somebody else to fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
It's a fantastic film. You should absolutely all look it up.
Support your local sheriff.
Support Your Local Sheriff. One of the best comedy like westerns. It's fantastic. One of my favorite movies.
Talos, can I follow you? Because I'm gonna get wrecked, and you're gonna have to use that healing potion.
Yeah, come on down.
All right, thank you.
Oh, okay.
All but right, only because I don't want to give you that healing potion.
I don't want you. That is for you. I don't want to use it. I'm being good. I'm not starting anything. I'm not throwing my weight around. Get some food. Get out. Well, okay. Need a nap.
I'll just follow
along. Standing next to the table, having this argument, and people are just fighting around you and completely ignoring you.
I'm still a werewolf, so because I am for an hour total.
You're also not hungry.
Yeah, I know. I'm just chilling.
Like I'm just making like a dagwood.
So you are chilling.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I have my claws in me are still electric and still just. Yeah.
Every time they insult me, by the way, I'm vicious mockering somebody across the room.
That's great.
People just keep getting distracted and stabbed and punched and bit. And...
Just unleashing all my frustration at them picking on me on weaker people.
At one point, one dude like looks up to see where the psychic damage came from, and a lizard folk just like snaps onto his face.
Anybody comes up to me, I'm doing the thing where I just like hand in face and like holding out like at arm's length.
As you guys are like finding food, there's a gradually growing pile of bodies next to Darius as he just like holds them off and they die from the electrical damage.
I'm
There's an endless board of just useless guys here for the fun of it. So yeah, you guys can just kill them at your discretion.
I'm picturing myself like just eating like Goku.
Yep.
And then like maybe some like poor human gets like loses an arm because he wanders too close and Talos just like bit it off in his like feeding frenzy.
This one reaches past you to get the salt and they don't have an arm anymore. Alright. So you guys are fully fed.
Gosh, I have so many cantrips that I just they're so specific to this kind of stuff right now at this level. But it's just like, yep, Toll the Dead. Just skeleton arm comes up and grabs a guy just for the hell of it.
Yep.
That's a cantrip?
Yeah.
Toll the Dead is, yeah. Okay. So you guys are nourished.
Does that count as a short rest?
Sure.
Yay.
Oh.
I get all my resources back.
I get a bunch back.
I don't get all of mine back.
Oh, I get my shield charges back. I would also like to, at some point during this rest, figure out what this trident does.
Oh, yeah. Let me copy some text for you. Trident. There it is. Okay, and Talos. Bio. It's going to go right underneath your shield. There you go.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, the Trident of Winter's Agony. I could have gained resistance to cold.
That's mean, dude.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
You gain resistance to cold damage while holding this weapon. When a creature within 30 feet of you takes cold damage, you can use your reaction to inflict an additional 3d4 cold damage to the target. Although I imagine that the thinger is probably immune to cold damage.
The big one was immune to cold, yeah.
But that would have been so funny.
Okay,
The resistance to cold would have been general.
but think about this for a second. My cloak does cold damage. Okay. When they do a melee attack, I can make them take cold damage. So if I'm nearby you, then you can do extra cold damage. Also, in 2 levels, I can make my right damage cold damage. Which means that I can do cold damage, add my cold damage from my boon today, and you can add your cold damage.
Let me also, I do need to add some text to these.
He's adding does not stack.
No, I'm limiting it by a proficiency modifier. So yeah, so you can't do the extra damage from the trident more than your proficiency modifier times per day. And honestly, I might need to do that to your cloak too. Let me read the cloak again.
It might be better. It's a decent amount of damage.
Oh.
I initially asked that because I was like,
Yeah, well, I just pulled these off. I just pulled these offline because I liked them all, but they were definitely all kind of strong. Yeah.
Yeah, because the shield like still has to like.
It has to recharge.
Yeah.
Or you have to roll d6. So, and then if you roll the 1 through 4, then you can't use it again until you take a rest, which you aren't going to be able to do during that combat. So that one I think is fairly balanced. Plus, it doesn't deal damage; it just helps you resist some.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you finish the ice lock, so it's going to be less. You're not going to really come across a lot of ice damage unless you go to an Arctic region again. Though some creatures, still use cold damage, but.
Oh shoot! I just realized that this trident does my 3rd attunement slot.
You don't have to attune to it.
Oh, okay.
Right now,
Good.
to identify it. But if you want to use it,
well, I don't want to attune to it now. Like I like my spear a lot.
and your spear is going to outpace what the trident can do, apart from stacking that damage.
Oh, you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm going to take the plate armor out of the bag of holding, and I'm going to replace it with I'm gonna put my chain in it instead. So I'm gonna have the plate during this rest. Or put on the plate during the rest.
Alrighty, so you have plate mail now.
Cool.
That cloak is still really powerful, but I think that'll help balance it a bit. You could give the trident to Panda, because then he could deal the damage from the cloak, and then also deal extra from the trident.
you want it? It's cold.
I can hold on to it, but I'm not sure it's exactly my style. See how I feel about it though in a while.
Okay.
I think I'm proficient. I'm proficient in martial weapons, right?
You should be, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, you'd be able to use it.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. So I have 21 AC
Nice.
because of the dueling fighting style.
Oh, yep.
All right, I need to go talk to the caretaker. Is that her name?
That's her title. Yep.
Her title. Do we know her name? Did we ask?
Nope. I don't think you ever asked.
No.
All right. So first of all, we need to find the caretaker. Ask her name to be polite. Because
It's probably some shit like Karen.
seems like I don't want to challenge her. She'd probably just snap her fingers and I would die. Apparently, because that's how things happen.
I mean,
You do die a lot there.
she technically does have power word kill, so.
You know,
Karen the
where I came from,
caretaker.
where I came from, things died at my hand. I didn't have to worry about this.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did, buddy. Let's go.
Flashback to Morian with a magnifying glass at an anthill.
So, I'm picturing him as he's saying this. I'm picturing like was it Viva La Vida, like playing behind him, the Coldplay song.
Yep. Pretty much. All right, so you head back through the hallways and into the vault. So through the portal into the vault, and you are in the little library office space. The caretaker is not there.
Lady caretaker, are you available?
No response.
I'm gonna open up the bag. Hey, Vault, do you know if the caretaker is available?
Nothing happens.
Oh, I really wanted to talk to me. Bet it has fun stories.
Maybe one of these days. Would you like to go look for her somewhere, or?
I'm just gonna start wandering around looking for her.
I got nothing better to do.
You're all wandering around.
I'm gonna look for either her or I'm gonna look for an area that has like pens and quills and like a writing desk area.
That's in the office. It's gonna have all that.
Oh, Alright, well then I don't need her. I need this stuff. I hope we can use it. I'm gonna use it. What's the worst that can happen?
She kills you.
Oh, that is true.
Is there a sign on it that says do not touch?
No.
Is there a velvet rope that I'm crossing to get to it?
No.
Alright, if I need to pay her back, I will.
There is one of those like inflatable ergonomic cushions on the chair at the desk, though.
What
What is going on
Why
with
is-
Chuck's face
why
right now?
is-
He's struggling with whether or not he should sit on it.
How did you break Chuck with that?
I know him well enough. I knew he would look at that and be like, no, that's someone's private chair. I shouldn't steal their chair. They have that set up the way they like it.
She's stronger than me. I died today.
You didn't die, you just got knocked
I got
unconscious.
knocked out. I'm going to gather up some things and go to a corner.
Okay.
Oh,
Talos,
God. Yes.
make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Here. 5.
Talos, you really want the sword, the key. You don't know why, but you really want it.
Oh, hey Darius.
Yes.
Can I take a look at the key?
Sure, why not?
Oh.
Give it to her. Her, him,
Ooh.
them.
Talos, when you grab it, you're just like, yeah. It feels right. You don't want to use it as a weapon, but you're like, this is mine.
Oh. Can I hold on to this for a little bit?
Can I insight check?
Sure.
I'm supposed to be good at this, but whatever.
Yeah, just Talos is just wanting to hold on to the key. That's all you know.
I guess so. The reason why, or
It just... I don't know. It seems neat.
I just think they're neat.
I just can't take my eyes off of it. I just keep looking at it.
Yep.
Huh.
okay.
Okay.
It's bigger than before, isn't it?
That's what she said?
Thanks, guys.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist. It was too perfect.
If you hadn't, I would have.
I'm able to hold back from making those kinds of jokes most of the time, but that one was too perfect. So, all right. So Morian, you're transcribing spells, I'm assuming?
I need 8 hours, and I put 200 worth of gold for the material on the desk.
Okay.
Because it's 50 gold per level.
Yep.
And then 2 hours per level. So,
You said 8 hours is what you're
I
taking?
need 8 hours.
Morian's chilling for 8 hours.
So I will take 4 of those to long rest.
Okay.
I
What is
guess.
this?
Just collapsing.
Just ragdolls to the floor.
I guess.
Talos
That,
been long rest.
yeah, I might as well long rest.
After 4 hours, Darius, you get up. Morian's still transcribing stuff.
I'll just go wander the vault.
Okay. Talos, 2 hours later, you had your 6 hours of sleep. So.
Okay. I just sit here, apparently enamored with this key.
Once you have it in your possession, you feel comfortable just like pocketing it or whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not like you're like, oh, like, you know, like.
Oh, it's
but
not like Gollum and Precious.
No, it's not like Gollum in the Ring. It's just like you're just like, I want this. I want to have this.
Okay.
Oh, but I guess you did sleep though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, 20.
Yeah, all right. You have a good sleep.
Okay.
All right, Darius, you're wandering through the vault. Endless shelves. You're just kind of aimlessly wandering.
Yeah.
Can I make a survival check to not get lost, please?
7. I've been rolling
Darius,
great
you
tonight,
are
guys.
lost in the vault. All right, a couple more hours pass. Morian, you finish your transcribing.
I've not seen Darius in a while.
Oh, Darius, flip some coins.
Oh, yeah, that is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it won't have happened until you started walking through the vault, but now it's been long enough.
2d2. Both ones.
Was one's heads and two's tails? Is that what we did last time?
I gotta remember, I got 2 last time, so I gotta look at the 3 rolls from last time if I can find them again.
I mean, alternatively, I could just flip for you. I have a coin right here. I have my special D20 Dungeons and Dragons coin.
Whoa. That's a big
You can
coin.
just do that. I
Yeah,
guess.
it's got a lich on it, so it's kind of appropriate. All right. That's a tails. And that's a tails.
There's
So-
one bet for me.
Yep, 2 levels of fatigue.
Got it.
That hit after. Oh wait, no, you're not allowed to take a long rest until you do
Oh, right,
those.
right,
So that would have
I went
had to.
wandering
That would have.
first.
You went wandering first. You found your way back. So you'll only be at 1 level of fatigue then, because the long rest would have gotten rid of one of them.
So I did the one level gone. Cool.
Yeah. So you're still at 1 level of fatigue, though. You'll have to take another long rest.
Yep.
So in that case, then yeah, you waking up kind of times up neatly with Morian finishing up, and Talos is kind of just hanging out, relaxing.
That's what I was doing with the 8 hours, is taking the spell scrolls I found and copying them into my book. So they're multi-use.
You guys all notice the caretaker sitting in her chair. Like she's been there the whole time.
Oh.
Was it alright that I took this stuff? I put gold on the counter.
She just hand waves. The gold's not there anymore, by the way.
As long as I'm still there, I'm not dead, so I'm
It
happy.
went somewhere. It went somewhere.
Oh, hey, caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
We never got your name.
Oh,
Can you tell
Name?
us?
there's great power in a name.
Or, a name. I don't want to have to keep calling you caretaker. It feels rude.
But caretaker is what I am called.
If that's what you are fine with being called, then that's fine by me. I go by a title too most of the time.
I am what I do.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, we got a key, or unlocked a key. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we did unlock the ice thing.
Oh yes, I felt the magical reverberations.
Yeah, and is there supposed to be more of it? And I show her the sword handle thing.
Oh yes, this is an ancient artifact. It will grow in strength as you unlock more of the locks.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Well,
Anything else we should know before we go into another one and try to figure out something else.
When you activated the lock, I believe that would have triggered some sort of event.
Yeah, big old volcano went kaboom.
Yes, yes. Although you can access multiple locks in the different realms, I believe you may have inadvertently locked yourself out of the firelock in that timeline.
Oh.
Well, at least there's other doors. So that's good.
So that
So we don't need to go back to dinosaur times, is what you're saying.
unless we trigger something that triggers another thing. Like maybe the dragon one doesn't pop up until we trigger something else.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I don't want to think too hard
Can we not
about
talk
it.
about bridges, please?
What's the matter? Don't you have grippy feet? And I wiggle my clawed toes.
Feet.
Talos' feet are probably very dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, but you're a cat, though. So
Yeah.
cats get so yeah, never mind. Well,
Yeah.
not so bad.
That's part of my my rest routine is like cat bathing.
Just the eye contact with the leg way in the air.
Morian is very sad that he does not actually sleep through any of that. He just goes into a trance.
There's like a Hansel and Gretel trail of breadcrumbs of just Talos hairballs.
I hate hairballs.
It's like the size of a softball.
Oh god.
Oh man,
So
gross.
not okay.
All right, so you guys are here in the vault.
Well, I guess we continue on.
Yeah, we've all gotten our we're all fed. Well, those of us who eat. We're all rested. Might as well keep going.
Technically, I didn't sleep for those 8 hours, so
Oh, you might
Do
need
I-
to.
take a level.
You will, unless you're going to stay longer and rest, you will have to take a level.
You could object and say, "Hey, I haven't actually rested yet."
Well, I'm gonna
I feel like that's
I'm
a
gonna tell
Morian
the
thing
group.
to do.
and say that. I need another.
Would you
I need
like
4 hours now that I have the spells down. But I did get identified, which will help you.
Oh, well, you know what? You identify something for me, I'll give you 4 hours.
All right. What do you need?
I mean, not right. No, I'm just saying in the future.
I will identify something for you in the future.
Cool. Well, take your 4 then.
Thank you.
I will say, in the process of transferring those, you do lose all of those scrolls.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I know they burn up.
Yeah.
I
So-
take their magic.
I'm thinking of it more like you just like put them into your book like a portfolio.
And they just get absorbed.
I do some.
I mean, it is a book
I
of
do some
shadows, so yeah.
scrapbooking with them. So there's little lightning bolts on the side of one, and the blindness and deafness has a couple of googly eyes in the corner.
Oh man.
It's like I took some extra time with this one. Do you like the decoupage?
The Deku, what?
I use what's it called? Mod
Podge.
Mod Podge?
Yeah.
Caretaker, I borrowed some Mod Podge.
Okay.
I don't know if you hate me or if you are just indifferent, and either one upsets me.
She just stares at you.
I do have just a question. How many times have you met us?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Ow. Just the thought of that hurts.
A lot?
Sounds about right.
Okay.
This is what? Time 2 for us?
I think this third for me. Second for you guys, I believe.
It's like Doctor Who and River Song.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about, and that really hurts my brain.
I can't, since I haven't seen a lot of Doctor Who, every time I hear River Song, I can only think River Tam.
Oh.
It was probably completely different.
Yeah,
Yes.
a little bit.
Well, do we want to go to 2, 3, beyond?
So, again, what was in 2?
I'll relay. It was a little more warm, right? It was hot. And
I thought 3 was the Bernie one.
Give me a second.
oh, that's
here.
right. I think did I only hop in one more? Or no,
You only went into 2
and you went to
other
3.
ones. Let me pull up my maps.
I didn't go beyond. I went into one of them and then was like, this might be like all out of order and I don't want to take the risk.
Alright, so 1 was the one you were in, dinosaurs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, you found yourself in a light forested area.
Right, that's what it was. The forest had grown.
Mm-hmm. And the third one
Was back in the plains, but it was hotter.
It was like rolling hills and plains, but it was very hot.
Well,
Almost Savannah-esque, I could say, too, actually.
Do you think I'm thinking about it. Do you think that the heat that I felt was because of the volcano that went off in 1? So putting that one after 1.
Sure.
And then 2 after 3. So it'd be 1, 3, 2.
You know, come to think of it, I grew up near a volcano. Huh. Well,
How was the volcano when you lived there?
You know, it wasn't explodey, but like, there was definite like burny things that wafted out of it from time to time. Pretty cool looking.
If I had to guess, that's probably my guess.
Okay, well.
Unless they are in order and something really bad happens in 2.
Who sounds like a good plan of action.
Just want to go straight back.
Considering we don't really know a whole lot else.
Does that sound good to you, Morian?
Morian is in a trance during most of this.
Right, he's...
Oh, you see that little head nod? He agrees.
Sounds about right. I guess we wait for another 4-ish hours.
Sure.
Wander.
Yeah, I'm gonna
now
take out
my wander.
I'm taking out my dice and killing time.
Yep. Alright, so you guys Darius gets somewhat lost, but then finds his way back during these few hours, and then when Morian's rested, you all head back to the ritual chamber.
2 then?
Talos has the key.
I hold up the key and say, yeah, 2. How do I feel about this key right now?
You like having it.
Okay, well, let's onwards.
Okay, so you set the door to 2 and step through. You find yourselves in a lightly forested area.
Cool.
There are sounds of birds chirping, little woodland creatures. It is egregiously picturesque.
Huh.
Well, I guess our first order of business is to figure out where we are in time. When we
Well,
are, I guess.
I hear birds and chipmunks, so it can't be that long ago.
Potentially.
We should look at the watch and see if there's a dot to go towards.
All right, take out the watch, and it open it up.
Okay. Let's go find my list here.
Here, Morian, you can hold the watch. I have this now.
Oh,
2.
I got the watch back.
Okay. You are able to see 3 points, beacons on the map. One of them is up to the north of where you are currently at. Actually, you don't know where you're currently at. So one of them is up in the north. One of them is on the island between the 2 continents, where you recall seeing that big dragon city. And the other one is on the volcano.
So I suppose we can either do Fire Dragon or whatever the one in the north is. I'm assuming the one in the north is not water, but I could be wrong.
Well,
It does appear to be on a small island.
Oh, it's on an island? Oh, but then
It's on a little island.
I'm assuming the one in the north is water, but I could be wrong. Theoretically, though, could be sand, maybe? Because beaches and...
do you want to do the fire lock before we, I don't know, mess it up for good and can't go to it ever? Just get it done with.
I'd rather do that one than Dragon City.
Oh, Dragon we met seemed pretty nice, as long as we don't Morian this.
Okay.
Did you just use my name as a verb?
I will not be used as a negative verb.
It's only negative in that context. You did just kind of ramble on and on and on and on and on. He wasn't really having it, so...
A good dictator has a villain monologue. I'm just working mine
but
out.
Not everyone wants to hear that. Especially when they're stronger than you. You probably... You know...
I am workshopping it. I have learned. I am growing.
And I appreciate that. But I'm just saying, we should probably, we'd probably be more okay if we didn't just...
I'm gonna start walking toward... I'm gonna start walking... Okay, I'm gonna look at the sun and see where it is in the sky.
Okay. You're able to determine your north, south, east, and west from that.
I want to head... I assume that we're not... I'm just gonna assume we're in the same place that we started out. Because I have nothing better to do, so I'm gonna head, knowing that information, towards the fire lock.
Okay, so from where the portal you had gone through in 1 is what you're saying?
Yeah, based on
where that one was?
Yes, I'm gonna
All
head,
right,
I think,
so that
east.
would be southeast, yeah.
Southeast, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Talos starts making his way southeast through the forest. Bright, sunny day. Everything's just happy and full of life.
follow behind.
Occasionally see some birds flying around, critters scampering across the forest floor.
This
Some
sounds
Bambi, everything
sounds
all
too idyllic. Something's gonna jump out of the
flowery
trees
and
and
happy.
Yeah.
It's so picture perfect. I'm on edge.
I'm casting...
Evil campaigns
False
where you make
life.
everyone feel nervous by having everything be good.
I have 6 temporary hit points now, thanks to
I
that.
don't know what it is about this place, guys, but I really feel good about it. I don't think anything could go wrong.
Oh, Lord.
I knock on the nearest tree trunk.
Which causes massive amounts of spiders to erupt from the tree.
It's one of those spider trees where like a whole colony of them's all webbed up in the branches. No. You travel pretty uneventfully through the forest for a short period of time.
Yeah, we do, because nothing could go wrong.
Nothing could go wrong. And eventually you find what looks to be a trail. It's not like a full-fledged constructed road, but it's a clearly well-worn area that people travel along.
Oh. Okay.
And it is going... it kind of like curved out of the forest and seems to be heading in a somewhat southeasterly direction.
Well, then that's the way I want to go.
Okay.
Some sort of civilization, maybe, here. It seems so.
Possible we could find out.
Maybe the dragons have moved on, or...
Anyone that wants to can make a survival check or a nature check.
I am slightly better at survival than I am at nature.
I'm slightly better at nature.
I am better at survival.
Wow!
This path is definitely not natural forming. And by like examining it and stuff, you notice the telltale little ruts of like wagons and whatnot. So this is definitely some sort of, at least to the level of the wheel, society that travels along this road.
Can I give it a smell and see if it smells like people?
Sure, roll a perception check with advantage.
23.
Mixed scent of like, you occasionally catch some whiffs of humanoids. Not any specific race, like predominantly or anything, but definitely have been humans, elves, dwarves, even some other beastkin and stuff on this road.
Great.
Well, it seems that there are people here and some sort of civilization has occurred, so
Hey,
maybe we're back in your time.
Hey, Darius, I have a question. What would you do if you ran into your alive self?
It's a good question. I don't really know what my alive self was like much. Considering I don't remember much, but I ended up dead somehow, so maybe watch.
Okay. That would be hilarious if your live self was like a total dick.
What if he was a really good person? Like a monk. Or like a priest.
Yeah, but he ended up on the island with us.
Huh?
Of course, the cleric ended up on the island. But cleric was the worst of all of us.
You have to remember that he also woke up in a tomb that was on the island before it got separated in time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Presumably, I've been there a very long time.
Before we move on too far, I would like to take out a dagger, because apparently I'm carrying a dagger that I never stab anything with.
Okay.
And I would like to carve my name and door 2 into a tree just off of the road, but facing away from the road.
Okay. Sure.
So just enough that I could, if I looked for it, might be able to find it again. In the future.
And then Morian fights the urge to put a heart with D plus M in it. Just kidding. Just because Talos was teasing you about that before, I thought. All right. Yeah, you guys continue along the road, and before long, the trees kind of start to clear out some more. It's not like a super dense forest, and you step out from the light cover of some of the trees, and you find yourself in a sort of just a hills area, and you can see now that there's a lot of sort of like smaller forests all kind of clumped in the same region, but not all completely interconnected. It's just sort of a lightly forested region. But you're now able to see the road curving along through disappearing into the hills, and seems to be going in a slightly uphill direction, but not excessively steep or anything. But definitely seems to be kind of ascending the hilly terrain.
I want to look at. Can I see, like, on the horizon any distinguishing, like, landmarks, mountains?
Roll a perception check. And are you looking in all directions?
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Nothing that really stands out in this region. It's just hills and forests, really, from where you're standing.
Got it.
Does there appear to be any sort of like smoke from chimneys on the horizon?
Roll a perception check.
Guidance.
So you can add a D4 to that 14.
So a 16.
You do see some smoke in the distance. Seems to be along the road somewhere further along.
Okay, well, this seems to be
At
at
least
least
in the area of the road.
this way seems to be the way to civilization, guys. I think we should just keep going.
I think so. Maybe we can ask some questions.
Yeah, we'll see who we run into.
Gauge.
Okay. You continue to follow the road and over the hills, and as you get quite a bit further, and you find the remains of a camp just alongside of it. Looks like the campfire was put out in the last couple of hours, so more than likely that's where you saw the smoke coming from. So whatever group was here is not far ahead of you. And there's nothing left behind apart from just the obvious like fire pit, but you can definitely see like the grass kind of trampled down and stuff where people have laid out bedrolls and things like that. And if you want to roll a survival or a check, you can try to glean anything more, but
Sure, 18.
oh yeah, obvious signs of a cart or wagon that was pulled off to the side of the road while they camped for the night or whatever time they were camping.
They're carrying supplies, boys.
Do we want the cart, or?
Oh, we want the cart. For the fact that they shouldn't have one, and if we don't have one.
Your logic is impeccable.
So you continue to follow the road, and you kind of crest over a hill, and now you can see. Now you've gotten to the high point, and you see before you the road leads to a medium-sized village on the edge of some cliffs, looking out over the ocean. Kind of looks like the fjords of Norway. Kind of
Okay.
area. And you can see a group along the road heading towards this village, ways ahead of you. And you can now kind of start to see a little bit of smoke and stuff from some of the chimneys in the village.
Well, maybe the three of us shouldn't steal a cart and knife point in a village, depending on the potential governmental force here.
I mean, let's not give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's take a look and see how strong their forces are, and then take it if we feel like it.
We can see.
Yeah.
Personally, I think we try and find a cart, take it, put you in it, you pretend to be dead, we'll be like, help, help, brother, our friend is dead. And then you can be like, Gah! And then you can stab him.
Why, though?
That could never go wrong.
Why not?
Why? You could put one of your dead things in it and have it pretend to be dead.
Ooh, I can put a zombie in it.
Anyway, I just keep marching forward towards the town.
Do not have any fun.
We'll get there when we get there.
Okay. You continue down the path. This group that's ahead of you further along with a cart looks like it's being like a small sort of cart being pulled by some sort of horse or mule or something. Unless you guys are going to try and go exceptionally fast, they're going at a pretty standard pace just like you. So they'll definitely make it to the village ahead of you unless you act to overtake them.
I don't think we're that desperate.
I don't know if I really care about the cart that much.
Okay.
I mean, Morian's welcome to go running after it, but...
So you continue following the trail, and you're able to kind of see this ahead of you for most of the time. By the time you near the village, it's now getting into the mid to late afternoon. So you've been walking for most of the day. And you see several... It's a walled village. They've got like a wooden palisade with like the spiked wood jutting out from the bottom of it around. Not super tall or strong, and not big enough to like walk on, apart from little towers around the gate. But definitely walled in, so they clearly are somewhat concerned about defense. And the gate is open, and a couple of humans wearing like chainmail and carrying swords and shields and axes are standing guard at the gate as you approach.
Keep going.
Yeah, I mean... I'm just gonna walk until they stop me.
Yeah.
Okay. You approach the gate, and one of the guards steps out in front of you. And he kind of looks over all of you, but definitely seems to like he narrows his eyes at Talos, and
Figures.
says, "What brings you to our village?"
Fate, it seems.
We don't get many of your type, and he looks at Talos while he says this, this far north.
Well,
And
today's your
also
lucky day, isn't it?
three dressed as strangely as you. You must have come a long way.
I guess you could say that.
We've been traveling for a long time.
That was good.
Well, if you're just here to rest and trade, I suppose that's fine. We'll have to ask you to turn in your weapons at the gate.
Particular reason why?
No one but the guards allowed to carry arms inside of the wall.
That doesn't really answer my question.
Was there like...
I tell you what, when you're in charge of a town, then you can make the rules.
Seems like a fair deal to me. When
I really don't feel like fighting the entire town. Fine.
I'm just gonna throw a dagger at his feet. Like, not like throw it, but just whip it at his feet and go, that's all I got, and walk in.
Okay.
I'll take the scimitars out. I'm not like super pressed. I've got backups. And by backups, I mean these. I'll take him and I'll hand it to him and be like, be very careful with these. These are worth more than your entire salary and family combined.
The guard that takes them from you just... Ugh.
So, like, you know those scenes from, like, shows and movies where they just keep pulling weapons out?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, all the javelins, one at a time. The longbow. The trident.
The spear.
The spear. The shield.
You know, when someone keeps setting off the metal detector and their family is waiting on the other side? That look of annoyance.
That's Morian.
That's Morian.
Yeah.
Just, after a while, just starts pacing and just carry a book. That's all I do. I carry a book. I don't need any of this.
As the guards take the last weapon from Talos, one of them says, well then, welcome to the village of Hran. Stay out of trouble. Hraun. Darius.
Oh.
The name sounds vaguely familiar to you.
Awesome.
I wish to see the king in and all.
You said, Hran.
Yes?
Sorry, it just sounded somewhat familiar. What are your primary trading goods here? Anything of note that we should know?
I mean, primarily a fishing village. Typical, some farming, blacksmithing. That's where we're the largest settlement in these parts, but
Okay.
it's not saying much.
Any just, big groups of people or factions or things we should be aware of in the area? Like I said, we're from far away, so.
It's up to the north. No, I guess you will probably come in from there. There's the Ames Grove, of course, and then that's where they're building the bridge, which I'm sure you've heard about. And then, as far as groups, I guess, there's the Rome to the south, but your friend probably knows all about that. Gestures at Talos.
R-O...
R-O-A-M, Rome.
The Rome.
That's what the lands of the Prides are known as. It's the Rome.
Oh, okay.
So you do know what he's talking about.
The Rome. Yes. You said to the south. The south, you said.
Aye.
Is there a big rock that goes boom, boom, boom with fire?
Is he okay?
I think
Forgive
he's
my
asking.
ignorance.
He
Is there a
forgot the
volcano?
word volcano. He's been hit on the head a couple of times.
I mean, there is the mountain of fire to the south. Yes, most people stay away from it.
Good, that's where we're headed. Thank you.
There we go. Is there a cartographer? Apparently, I'm going to assume you know big words because volcano was in your repertoire. I didn't know volcano was in your vocabulary.
They're civilized people. We aren't back in the dinosaur era again.
Civilized? This is the biggest hamlet in the area. Civilized.
There a place to get a cart around here?
I suppose you could check at the stables.
Do you have a map maker or a cartographer?
I don't believe we have anyone that practices the trade, but there are a few locals who have drawn up some maps of the areas for the fishermen and what have you.
Wait.
You'd have to go to one of the bigger cities probably to get like an officially transcribed, set of maps.
So, this bridge, you had me at bridge. You said they're building a bridge right now.
Aye?
Well, I'm asking like kind of out of character at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Would I be able to make some sort of history check to like?
Yeah, go
if
ahead.
I would know like.
Make a history check with advantage, and actually, Morian, you can as well.
Oh.
So 17.
19.
Both of you know of a great bridge that was built between the cities of Ainsgrove and Anon that connects the two continents for so that you don't have to travel by sea to get between them.
And as part of history, would we know like when that was built?
You don't know when. It's been around for at least a few hundred years that you know of from your like time that you were learning.
Okay.
Morian, you've seen the bridge. When you went to school, it was there. It goes out of the city and stretches across the great span between the continents. Huge freaking bridge.
Oh, I don't even know if it's worth asking you this, but what year is it? What's the date?
I don't have an actual date schedule assigned to the world. It's all very loose. He gives you an answer. I will come up with specific year periods for you. Make a note of that and remind me in the future to make sure I come up with that.
God, could you imagine how bizarre it would be if someone just walked up to you and asked you what year it was?
I'm assuming
Here is it.
a quick answer
I'm gonna
back
do
then,
that tomorrow.
and I just
Excuse me. What year is it?
Yeah.
and I respond with, "Didn't you hear them? I was hit on the head one too many times. Answer the question."
Yeah. And he tells you. This is definitely before your time, Morian and Talos. When he says the year, Darius, you get like another kind of twinge of memory.
Well,
I have one more question, and then I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Have you seen this person before, but with more of a healthy skin tone?
No. I feel like you would know it. You'd been here before.
He's been hit on the head. He's a little... We've been in the wilderness a long time.
Yeah. You might want to take him to see the physician.
We'll think about it. Thank you.
Yep.
God, it's gonna be all leeches and bloodletting.
Isn't that your thing?
Not to heal people.
Okay, I've let it slide up to now. We're not heathens. Okay? We practice medicine. We read, we write.
You can do it. Come on.
I'm gonna like grab
Morian, you're
I'm gonna grab
Morian
Morian
this.
by the scruff of the neck and just pull him away from the guard before he gets hit.
Yeah. He looks at Darius and Talos and says, "You keep him under control."
I just take my big furry bleeding paw and stick it in front of Morian's face.
You were looking at him weird when we came here, but you should really have been looking at him weird.
Yeah, I see that now. Oh my gosh. Like, Morian is the character you tune in to watch.
I love Morian.
But you would never want to have him in your friend group. You know, he's like Barney Stinson.
Oh
like, He's hilarious when you watch him, but he's the worst person to ever actually coexist.
He's like the cast of Seinfeld.
Yeah. Exactly.
He is the worst parts of like Kramer and George.
And Jerry, honestly.
Yeah.
By the way, very hard to play this much of a just not thinking about what I'm talking about and not thinking about what I'm saying. It goes against my inner nature of plotting everything out very carefully.
It's fun. All right. It's past 8 o'clock. So for curiosity's benefit, I think we'll stop there. And next time we play this one, it's a good stopping point to be able to jump back to the main campaign. So
let's spin that wheel.
All right. So a couple of things as we transition and start to do our wrap up. First things first, we are going to be putting our videos out on YouTube on Wednesdays. Now, it will give me a little bit of time to actually edit them, cut down some of the pauses and stuff. Not a lot. Don't expect high production value, because... Hi, I'm busy. But I thought it would give me a little bit of a chance to get some of that stuff done. So look for the video on demand here on Twitch, obviously, if you're a subscriber. Otherwise, check it out on YouTube on Wednesday. And our winner last week did not appear, did not reach out to us. So, actually 2 weeks ago. So we're going to spin the wheel again for, what is this, the shirt? This is a shirt.
The shirt. This is the shirt, yep.
So.
I'm assuming the person that won is one of us subscribers that just doesn't tune in all the time. So.
Yeah, so we still appreciate
Which, thanks for the subscription, but
but
we understand not everyone can have the time to watch everything.
All right, here we go.
Wheel of morality. Turn.
V-Demon!
Hey, V-Demon!
All right. So, well, we will reach out to V-Demon if you're not in the chat, which I'm assuming we would have heard from you. And, sorry, legit Matt.
Aww.
There's an I in there that I keep forgetting.
Legitimate.
I
like
get
legitimate,
it.
but legitimate.
Wow. I quit. It's so good, and I feel so dumb. So, well, with that, we will get that shirt out to V-Demon. Congratulations. And Otherwise, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Subscribe on Twitch if you want to avoid those ad breaks. And support the channel. Check us out on Patreon if I get around to updating that. I will. I have some things in the works. And as always, make sure you roll those nat 20s and avoid those critical fails. And have a good night.
Bye!
I can hit the button.